Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Welcome to Ministry Moments. Very practical teaching. And this is what in the old days at Hiles Industries called church ed material. And Independent Baptist Online College, we also have teaching like this. And so I want to talk to you today about building a base. Building a base. I remember years and years ago, decades ago, somebody said that there's a 50-50 rule, 50% drive-in, 50% bus. Well, the truth is there's no such rule in the Bible, nothing that leads to that. But the truth is you do need an adult base in order to have a good outreach. You've got to have it. You can win a couple to Christ and they'll be worth 50 on a big day. I'm not against buses. I'm for buses. In fact, that's one of the flaws of this generation, of this new fundamentalism, is the fact that we're not after the poor, the halt, the blind, the lame, and the buses are not a part of our vocabulary. Bus ministry is not a part of our vocabulary anymore. But there are three things that I've discovered that veto outreach: faculty, facilities, and finances. You've got to have the faculty in order to be able to care for the buses and the Sunday school and the children's churches and so on. But you've also got to have the facilities for it. And then you've got to have the finances to support it. So I came up with those three vetoes years ago because it's a good way. I like, for example, percentages. When God said in the last chapter of Leviticus, he said, if you're late on your tithe, add a fifth. Well, that's not a fifth of whiskey, but that's 20%. And you look at the Bible, they'll say a third, God will say a half, God will say a quarter, God will say a fifth. And God uses percentages. So I like the idea of a financial report using percentages off to the side so we can see how much of our budget is going towards this. A layman may not understand. He has a $180 light bill, let's say. The church has a $3,000 light bill. He's going to look at that and say, I can't comprehend that. I can't at all. But if it's a percentage, he can understand that. That's just an example. So we're talking about building a base. So I'm not a proponent of the 50-50 rule at all, not at all. I do believe that faculty, facilities, and finances should veto what it is that you would like to do. So let me give you some practical thoughts here on building a base. You've got to have a strong base. The broader the base, the higher the building. Number one, provide the best for the nurseries. Provide the best for the nurseries. You refurbish those nurseries over and over again. Here's a couple. They come in, they bring a baby. They go to the nursery. The nursery is the first taste of what you're doing there at the church. And let's face it, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And so you make sure that that nursery is run well. Make sure that you have it not just organized, but that it's clean, it's pristine, it's first class. And so provide the best for the nurse. Number two, win adults to Christ. Every week of the world, win adults to Christ. You've got to have the adults. You've got to have them. You can't have the bus ministry as a byproduct of your soul winning. Thank God for the bus ministry, but you can't do it if you don't have adults to drive the bus, run the bus, be a secretary, be the bus captain. You can't, and teach the Sunday school class. You can't do it. So every week of the world, I tell pastors, your job is to win adults to Christ. If I was a seventh grade boys Sunday school teacher, I'd be looking for seventh grade boys to get saved and get them into my class, because the Sunday school is the place where the growth really, you who've done away with Sunday school because of COVID and you're scared to death about, get your Sunday school back again. And Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, Dr. Lee Robertson, 3 to Thrive. He never distinguished between Sunday school and church or preaching. He never did. It's all one. So you say, I want to take you to church on Sunday morning. To me, that meant 9:45 or 10 o'clock or whenever you have Sunday school. Sunday school is church. All right. So number one, provide the best for the nurseries. That's the first taste they'll have of what kind of a pastor you are, what kind of a church you have. Number two, win adults to Christ. Number three, provide small adult Sunday school classes. Provide small Sunday school, adult Sunday school classes. At First Baptist Church back in the early 70s, we had 800 Sunday school classes, the average between 20 and 25 apiece. Now, of course, you had some large auditorium classes. I understand that. But the preacher, Brother Hiles, he understood that the importance of the individual. He understood that. When we were there, the early 70s, I had 4 children. All of my children received visits from their Sunday school teacher. Can you imagine that? Here's a church running 20,000 in all their Sunday schools. And yet here we are, one family, husband, wife, 4 children, and they had their Sunday school teachers visit them every week of the world. That's very, very important. You can't do that if you have a class of 50 or 100. You can't do that. You can't do it. And then we get upset with the teacher because they don't visit their absentees and don't visit their regulars. Well, it's just too many of them. Jesus taught 12 and had 1 dropout. So 11 of those turned the world upside down for Christ. So if Jesus had 12, who are we to think that we can have 50, 60, 70, or 100? So number 1, provide the best for the nurseries. Number 2, I'm talking about building a base now. Win adults to Christ. They will finance. They'll give tithes and offerings. They'll drive the buses. They'll teach the Sunday school class. You've got to have the adults. Put the pressure yourself, Pastor, on you and your staff to make sure that they win adults to Christ. Number 3, provide small Sunday school classes. Number 4, listen to this now, start a new adult class every 7 years. Every 7 years, start a brand new adult class. And don't be upset if the thing runs 15 or 20. Don't do that. That's 15 or 20 that are being cared for. That's 15 or 20 that are being loved. And 84%, according to a Gallup poll back in the late 80s, that's late, isn't it, huh? That said 84, I never forgot this, 84% of the people who come to church come because somebody knows their name and they feel loved and they feel that they're wanted. Well, you can't do that when you got 50, 60 in a class. You can't do it. 3% come because of the preacher. Ain't that a kick in the head? Now, I'm simply saying that provide the best for the nurseries. Keep mama happy. Number 2, win adults to Christ. You've got to have the adult workers. Number 3, provide small adult Sunday school classes so that they're nurtured and loved and cared for and ministered to. Number 4, start a new adult class every 7 years. Number 5, use your best as teachers. Use your best as teachers. I taught a large auditorium class, and I told them up front, I want to teach you out of here. I want you to become a teacher. I want you to become a part of our Sunday school program here. I'm glad you're in my class. I'm glad you are, but I want you out of here. Now, not to drop out, but I want you out so you're prepared to be a Sunday school teacher and to be able to help others. The truth is the teacher learns more than students do, just the preparation and the work there. So use your best as teachers. Look for those who are going soul winning every week, so you don't have to tell them you have to go soul winning. Look for those who are already tithing, where you don't have to say you have to tithe. And be faithful to church, rather say you have to be faithful to church. Qualify, let them qualify themselves. So use your best as teachers, your soul winners, your tithers, those who are faithful to church, those separated from the world, all right? So number 1, provide the best for the nurseries. Number 2, win adults to Christ. Number 3, provide small adult Sunday school classes. Number 4, start a new adult class every 7 years. Number 5, use your best as teachers. Number 6, use greeters and ushers. Enlist people to be at the front door, to shake hands, and to welcome people as they come in. They need to feel welcomed and loved. Teach your people to do it, to stand up, turn around, shake hands with those around them. But at the door, have a greeter and have ushers at the door that will greet them and answer their questions. We would have a map of our properties, where the Sunday school classes are. So if they came and they were visiting and they had a 7th grade boy, we would know exactly where to go. And we would even escort them to that class and introduce them to the teacher. That's very, very important. All right. Number 7, start on time. Start on time. I know it's a battle. I know it's a struggle, but you've got to start on time, because those who are cognizant of the value of time that come to your place, they're going to appreciate it. They're going to appreciate that you start on time. Number 1, provide the best for the nurseries. That's important. Number 2, win adults to Christ every week of the world. Number 3, provide small adult Sunday school classes. Get them enrolled in a Sunday school class. Number 4, start a new adult class every 7 years. Next, use your best as teachers. Number 6, use greeters and ushers to greet them when they come to the door so you can help get them to their Sunday school classes. Number 7, start on time. Number 8, no dead space in the service. No dead space in the service. Ours went like that. And Brother Howes went like that too. No dead spot in the services. Now, I've noticed a trend in some churches where they sing 2 congregationals in a row. I don't know where that started. I don't know who got that started. I don't like it. I want to keep the thing moving from one to the other, to the other, to the other. And give me time for the preaching. Give me time for the altar call. Give me time for that and baptism and so on. We were baptizing so many people that I had to, and I asked Brother Howes about what should I do? I preached 25 minutes on Sunday morning because of the fact our invitation lasted so long. And then the baptism went on and on and on until about 1 o'clock. And he said, well, baptize the first 2 and say to everybody, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the baptisms, but you're also free to go. Let my people go. But no dead space. I hate dead space in a service. Get that service order down and keep it moving. Keep it one to the other, to the other. And I'll give you a little tip. We were taught, Brother Howes was very wise in how he did his services, but you open up the choir special. You come down to, let's say, an ensemble. You come down to a trio. Then you come down to a solo just before the preaching. Then everything focuses like this and comes down to the pastor being behind the pulpit, and all the eyes are focused on the preaching of the Word of God. Also, at the invitation time, take the songbooks out of the hands of the people in the congregation. They shouldn't be standing there looking at a songbook because it'll stop people from going to the altar. You want movement to the altar. You can't do that if everybody's holding a songbook and blocks the movement towards the altar. So if you say I don't have enough to have a choir to sing the invitation, that's fine. And get a trio, get a quartet, get somebody like that to get up and sing the invitation, to take the songbooks, the hymn books out of the hands of you understand what I'm saying? All right. Number 1, we're talking about building a base here. Provide the best for the nurseries. That's got to be first class. It's got to be first class. And you're going to have to refurbish that often and often. Get rid of those old toys too. Get rid of them. Number 2, win adults to Christ every week of the world. Number 3, provide small Sunday school, adult Sunday school classes, small classes. You know, we had 800, as I said, in the early 70s, but we also, out of all those over 200 bus routes, they only averaged 20, 25. Oh, you had Jojo Moffett, Roy Moffett. They're crazy, still crazy, but they ran a lot on their bus. But the average A route was only 20 to 25. And that was on purpose so that they could get to know, oh, yes, we had big campaigns and big blowouts and so on. But we want you to get to know the writers. We want them to keep coming back all the time. All right. So start a new adult class every 7 years. Number 5, use your best as teachers, your soul winners, your faithful, your separated people, your tithers, and tell them up front, look, I'm glad you're in my class. I'd say in the auditorium class, I'm glad you're in here. We'd have a couple hundred people in that class. I'm glad you're in here, but I want you out of here. I want you to teach and help others. Number 6, use greeters and ushers to meet them at the door. Next, start on time. Number 8, no dead space in the services. I'm a stickler for that. No dead space in the service. Number 9, renovate and remodel restrooms every 5 to 7 years. Well, that urine after a while is going to stinky poo. That bathroom's going to stink. You need to go in there and just rip that thing out every 5 to 7 years and redo that bathroom. Make it the best. Make it the best and keep it smelling good and looking good. But you're going to have to remodel restrooms. We had some men in our church who owned restaurants. And I asked them about this. Oh, the restrooms are very important, very important. And to keep everything remodeled and updated. And I learned that from them. Number 10, manicure the lawn. Manicure the lawn. Have that lawn just looking sharp. And get somebody to help you to plant bushes and things out there. Really make it look sharp and attractive. Dr. Robertson used to say, he said it to me over and over again as he would come and preach for me. And I love Dr. Robertson. He's do something new outside once a year. Something new outside once a year. People drive by, they want to see there's something going on there. And so do so. And I like that. And we did that too. Manicure the lawns. Number 11, update the outside. Update the outside. Your sign, get a brand new sign. Get something that says, come on in. Get something that's appealing. Check your soffit. Check your building to make sure you don't have rotten wood, and make sure that it's attractive. But do something to the outside to say something's going on here on the inside. All right. So we're talking about building a base now. 3 vetoes: faculty, facilities, and finances. Let those 3 approve any move that you want to make. All right. Number 1, provide the best for the nurseries. Number 2, win adults to Christ. Oh, that's so important. Number 3, provide small adult Sunday school classes that keep that intimacy. Number 4, start a new adult class every 7 years. Number 5, use your best as teachers and tell them up front, I'm going to get you out here and get you to teaching a class. Next, use greeters and ushers. Next, start on time. Next, no dead space in the service. Number 9, remodel or refurbish restrooms every 5 to 7 years. Gut that thing, get rid of that urine smell. Get it out of there. Next, manicure the lawn. Make sure the lawn things are first class. When you drive up and you look at it, you say, boy, something exciting is going on here. Number 11, update the outside. Do something different on the outside that says there's progress going on the inside. There's something out here on the outside going on, but that means there's something on the inside going on. Well, that's building a base. I hope that helped you. You join me every Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. You can go to Ministry Moments YouTube, and you can subscribe there. That way you just get it just automatically. I would suggest you go to solvechurchproblems.com, because there's so much more that's available to be of help to you there, as well as this broadcast every week. So join me every Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget now, the soul winning tomorrow. Saturday's a preparation day for the Lord's Day. Let's win people to Christ. Get them ready. Get them up. Go by and pick them up and bring them to church on Sunday morning. God bless you. Have a great weekend.